What's up, gang? This is the X-Team Featurette channel. I'm Chris, and I have another TJX review video for you today, and I am so pumped about it. This is Spirit Animal. This was written by Joseph Russo and Madeline Deering. This is Madeline Deering's directorial debut, my good friend Maddie, and it's awesome, so I'm super pumped to talk about it. You may have seen Maddie on my channel in the past. If you haven't, go back and check out my videos. She was on the House Shark review that I did for SRS Cinema, and that's a great movie, so check out our review. So that is who directed this. Maddie's spirit animal is a shark, so she was my shark expert on that review. And wow, like, I watched this a long time ago, before it actually came out, because she sent me a screener. Now she has glorious DVDs available. I will link in the description below about that and where you can find her and where you can follow. So I'll give a brief synopsis of it, and then we can talk about what's on here. And there you go, you know, no big spoilers, so let's just dive on into it. So firstly, Maddie is a huge shot on video buff, so there's a lot of references and homages to other shot on video flicks and just other cult flicks. There's some references to Sleepaway Camp and Sleepaway Camp 2, and I would say Evil Dead. There is a scratch and sniff card with this, and there's a drinking game. There's some homages to William Castle and the Polonia brothers, and just really awesome stuff. And she did like such an amazing job of blending it all together. So if you are a fan of cult flicks, or you know, B horror or indie horror, like, I would definitely suggest this. So the intro to Spirit Animal is, it starts with a trailer for Bathtub Shark Attack, and that is a movie that Maddie is working on currently. Really hope to see that in the future. So if there's any news, you'll see it on my channel for sure. It cuts to like I guess it's supposed to be like a bartender in a bar. You can definitely tell that it's like somebody's house, like somebody's house bar. And he's introducing the drinking game. It's basically anytime you see a shark or a shark plushie, take 1 or 2 drinks. But there's so many sharks in this, you'd probably, I don't think you'd make it to the end of the movie if you did that. So it's pretty cool though. I didn't play along, but you know, let me know if you do. There's also an ad for Dingo Pizza. The pizza's so good, the dingo ate your pizza. Like, it was very funny. I cracked up. A dingo pizza's not real, but I would eat it for sure. It's cool because there's a scene with pizza later on in the movie. You know, no spoilers, but very awesome how they integrated that. Whenever we actually get into Spirit Animal, and we see it starts at a campfire. You know, everybody's telling stories around a campfire, because why wouldn't they be? It's a slasher. Of course it takes place in a camp. So Camp Wanawilla, if I recall correctly. So there's this totally Yinzer scout leader or something. He was amazing. He's just like talking to kids about their spirit animals, and there's this one kid that says that he can't pick an animal. The scout leader's like, what do you mean you can't pick an animal? So then basically something goes wrong, and you know, it cuts to 20 years later, and here we are. It's New Year's Eve, and we're introduced to a group of kids that are going to celebrate New Year's Eve at this camp. They are renting a cabin in the woods, and yeah, that's our setup. One of the things that stuck out to me right from the beginning was the amazing score. It's an original score by Matt Cannon, and it's sick. I actually bought the soundtrack. There's a soundtrack. This is for sale. I will link to that too. Fuck the environment. It's never good. You never disrespect the woods. Music written and composed by Matt Cannon. So if you want to check this out, I will link to that. So the first person that we're introduced to is Andrea. She's like kind of jamming out in her bed, like, you know, very teen bop style. She's like listening to music and kicking her feet, like without a care in the world. So her boyfriend Ralph like sneaks up on her in a mask and, you know, says they're gonna go party in a cabin for New Year's Eve. And she's like, oh, I don't want to. And then we basically meet all of her friends in the car. There's Timmy, the stoner. There is a girl who we later learn is leaving an abusive relationship, Lisa, which is Andrea's sister. And then there's Randy. So then, you know, we have that group of kids going to the woods in the car. Then we cut to Maddie and Evelyn. Maddie has a part in this, a very quick, small part, but she is in this. We cut to her in the woods, and we encounter the killer in a very hilarious way. It's kind of like there's somebody in a dog mask, and he's sitting in the woods going, arf, arf, woof, woof. And Evelyn's like, is that a dog? It's like, you don't know if it's supposed to actually be a dog, or, you know, at first, or if it's like a person in a dog mask, which is what we're seeing. I was like, is this supposed to like be a dog? But then whenever Evelyn sees it, she's like, what the hell? Like, okay, yeah, it's actually just a person in a dog mask. But like her asking, is that a dog? Whenever it's saying arf, arf. I was just like, this is silly as hell. So much fun. So then there's a campfire tale that's told about the killing 20 years ago. You see a couple nearby campers that, you know, obviously die because people have to die. They're hanging out. One of them throws a burger at a cow. I was just like, it was very funny. That was hilarious. We learned that straws kill in a very Tropicana sort of fashion. Maddie's death was absolutely disgusting. It was just like over the top, and I loved it. It grossed me out a lot. The blood in this is it's a really weird color and consistency, but I think that's like pretty on par for, you know, low budget shot on video stuff. So, you know, I didn't mind that. I thought it was kind of charming about it. Also, a lot of the props in this look like they're from like, I don't know, like Walmart or like a Halloween store or something. So there's that. I loved like a lot of the props and stuff and a lot of the things that they did. Once we meet them and they're all in the camp together, that's whenever we get the flashback to Lisa's abusive boyfriend, Adam. And I think he might be my favorite character. He was amazing. The music whenever he shows up at the camp was just like awesome, like total 80s DB. Adam had some really good lines. One of my favorites was, I'll run him over in my Ford F-150 truck. I'm not sure why that just amused the hell out of me. And then he also said, Lisa, you're tearing me apart. So, you know, obvious reference to The Room there. So that's very nice. But whenever we get the flashback to him being an abusive, you know, kind of like just a jerk to Lisa, it was like Christmas and he was, I don't know, just like ditching her or something. Then he came home and was just being a jerk. She got him like a new laptop and stuff and he trashed it. But whenever she's like sitting there alone watching TV, she's watching A Meowie Christmas by Steve Rudzinski, and that is a flick that I've talked about in the past. And he's the same guy that directed Karis Hell, which, you know, got pretty popular. So just a little, you know, note there. So check his films out too if you have not. So yeah, I don't want to go too far into the plot and ruin that, but like I said, there's a lot of references that are really enjoyable. The blood's really cheesy, the props are really cheesy, but there's a lot of things that like it's supposed to be, and it just like makes me laugh. There's a lot of things that I really liked. Like they use like extreme close-ups whenever they're doing the gore. Like it'll show, a lot of the times anyway, they'll show like they'll set up a scene and then they'll cut to like something like an extreme close-up with like the blood or whatever. It'll be like some prop. So it was pretty creative. I like that a lot. There's another part, I don't know if it's like a forest spirit, I forget what it's called, but it's basically like, it's a talking tree and it looks like it's made out of cardboard. It is so funny. They basically make it into like a puppet. So I really enjoyed that. The killer, I don't even remember how to pronounce his name. It's like Arav Niktomi. Basically, it's a killer that's in a bunch of masks and dons the appearance of all these different animals. And whenever we happen upon his lair, I cracked up because there's just like a bunch of animal masks and stuff, and then like scattered around there's like animal crackers. I was like, this is too much. Somebody gets like grabbed up by a tree a la Evil Dead. There's just so much to love about it. You know, it's cheesy and low budget, but it is so good. Like the comedy and the puns, it's just over the top. So it's just a good time. I highly suggest it. You know, not being biased, but it is really good. So Maddie wrote To Christine Straw's Kill, and then inside we have, there's the disc. So whenever you open it, it smells vaguely of weed, like because of the smell-o-vision. But let me just say that some of these are absolutely disgusting. Like I had to cleanse my palate after a few of them for sure. So that was a nice touch. There's the drinking game on the back of the scratch and sniff. I really love these cards, very cool. And then it came with an advert for Dingo Pizza. Try our new Dingo Pizza burger. It's the best pizza in town. So pizza's so good, the dingo ate your pizza. So I really love that it came with that. Listen to the dingo, he knows. So then checking out the back, it says that smell-o-vision card included. It has bloopers, theatrical trailer, audio commentary by director Madeline Deering. So there you go. So here is a good look at the case. Very, very cool. His spirit animal is Terror. Like I said, if you are a fan of indie horror or low-budget horror shot on video, you have to pick this up. So check it out. The information's below. Follow Maddie and look for more information on this and Bathtub Shark Attack. You know, she's in the Pittsburgh area and does a bunch of conventions and stuff. So if you're in the area, check her out, or follow me or her for some more information. So yeah, check that out. Thank you for checking out another review of mine, and I will have more in the future. See you later.